Do you have a hard time with coloring? Do you ever think to yourself, coloring sucks? Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Glad to have you back here today on my YouTube channel, and I have a confession to make. I'm a closet coloring disliker. Coloring stresses me out. Every time I go to color something, I feel like I'm basically starting in no man's land and I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm not feeling like I'm getting better. That said, today, if you're one of those folks who think, I got all these markers, but I don't really know what to do with them, I've got a free download below, and it's a download that lets you practice coloring. There's a whole sheet of little critter lion heads, and there's blanks, and I'll show you more once we get into the video to show you kind of how to use them, because I have decided to commit to practicing more coloring, writing down the combinations so that I know what works, so that I don't have to keep going back and going, what red is good? The other thing I have today is I designed a really cute stamp set that I think is adorable, and I knew when I was designing it, you're gonna have to color. There's a bug in here. That card project is coming up next. So here's a look at the card project I'm making today, and I don't know, is it me? I think it's pretty dang cute, but you can see why there was coloring involved in this project. Now what you're seeing looks all well and good, but we had to work to get there. So let's jump in and take a look at the products. Here is the Let's Connect stamp set. And I don't know, have you been having Zoom meetings? Because I've been having a lot in the year 2020. And I just wanted to make something sweet and fun to send to friends. My favorite is I'd never mute your audio, because you know there's always that one person. Yeah. I've got some intense black ink, and here are my markers. Now these I didn't just randomly pull. This is the result of a lot of practice. So there they are. And for my cardstock today, I just have Neenah Solar White Classic Crest in the 110 pound. Now let's take a look at the downloads. It's a 2-page PDF. The first page is just lion heads. So if you want to get some practice coloring critters, I got you. I got a lot of lions. They're ready to go. Load this up, print it out on your inkjet printer, and note whatever colors you're using in the space below. But if you don't want to do critters, right, there's a blank as well. And so what you can do with this sheet is just stamp whatever you want to practice coloring to create your own reference. And that's it. I just think this is a really great resource for new colorers to create some combos that will be tried and true. And again, you'll find these linked below. So let's start stamping. Now I'm going to load in my stamps, and I'm going to stamp everything on this piece of cardstock that I'm going to use in my card today. And I'm using my Misty tool. Now my stamps look a little messy because I've been working with this set. I've been practicing in preparation for this video. And I cannot stress how wonderful a tool a stamp positioner can be. The Misty has really made stamping possible for me, and here's why. You go to stamp something down, you think you're doing a great job, and you lift it up, and it looks like that. I don't know why I didn't get enough pressure, but it's not a lost cause, because you just ink it up and stamp it again. And what the heck, while you're at it, stamp it 3 times. I wanted this to be really inky, so that's exactly what I did. Now, I'm showing you this little container that I have. It's a little salt cellar, but I love this thing for keeping my stamp chamois, for cleaning my stamps. Now I'll do a good clean off camera of my stamps once I'm done using them, but I love this little holder because it keeps my chamois damp and it doesn't get too smelly. It eventually gets smelly, but yeah. All right, see that little nib? I have replaced many chisel nibs on my Copic marker. I keep the brush side, of course, but I've been replacing with these fine nibs because this makes coloring easy for me. Those brush tips, they get a little big. I also always keep a Colorless Blender on hand. I've also got a tiny nib on that too, because this works like an eraser, but you're not going to believe this. I didn't have to use it in this video, which is shocking. Now I've got this sped way up, but I want you to know that I color very slowly. So slowly. Have you ever heard the term, it's like watching paint dry? That is me and coloring. But because I have already workshopped these colors and I have my little chart just off camera, I knew they would work together. E00 was my face color for this whole project, and R01 is my cheek color. Now I just brought in my little Pilot black pen here because it has a tiny, tiny tip because I wanted to fill in the tiger stripes, but honestly I feel like I couldn't even remotely see what I was doing. My glasses prescription is terrible. I am due for an upgrade. I have the prescription for the upgrade. I just haven't followed through for 9 months. We're going to get to that. But now I'm going to move on to my unicorn. And again, these are colors that I have tested out now, and I know that they work. And I cannot stress how helpful that is going into something. I know there are people out there who are Copic masters, right? They create blends that will blow your mind. They will combine colors that you would never think to combine. That, friends, will never be me. That will never be me, because even as I was filming this and coloring, I felt like every time I grabbed a marker, I was holding my breath. Holding my breath. Now, I've watched videos where people say, coloring is so relaxing, and for me, I feel like it's white knuckle time, right? I'm thinking to myself, not, oh, this is so peaceful. I love this process. No, I'm thinking, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. That's literally the mantra in my mind. Now you might say, Cathy, then why do you continue to color? Well, I think critters are really cute. And this stamp set, it's pretty darn cute. So I continue. Also, I've had people ask when I've filmed other videos, and you can see my markers in the background, people ask, Cathy, what are your favorite marker combos? And I think to myself, I don't know, because I really don't have them down. And so that too is part of why I continue to get the markers. I continue to try to figure out colors that work together. And eventually I'm gonna nail it maybe 5 out of 10 times. That's what I'm going with. But for these critters, each one really did require its own thing, and so I had to workshop it. Now, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you where it started before I got to these colors. And I don't know, maybe it'll make you feel better about your own coloring skills. And again, I decided to go all in with Copic markers because when I started making cards in 2017, it seemed like that's what people were using for that smooth look of coloring. Because I had bought some water-based markers and my cardstock would pill up and I couldn't figure out why can't I make it look like the videos that I'm watching. I quickly learned it's because, number one, you're not that good, but number two, you're using water-based markers, and alcohol markers are going to make it easier to create the layers and the shading. Well, they are if you get better at it. Does that make sense? So there we have it. But here I'm just moving on. And I could have edited a lot of this out, but I chose not to, because I wanted to have this time to talk directly to you, the people like me who are Copic marker dislikers or coloring dislikers. See, I don't want to say haters, because I think hate is too strong. Because when I finished coloring this, I thought it was really cute and I was really proud of what I had done. But again, going really slow, working my way through. I think the elephant was my favorite, but that's another hot tip if you're new to Copics and you want to start collecting some. I started with grays. Not the toner grays, but I started with the warm grays, and pretty much everything in my early videos of doing anything with Copic, it was all like elephants or bunnies. Everything was gray because gray gave me confidence. Gray is a great color to start collecting. But there you go. Now, my computer is gray, so I took the same T0 and T1 and decided I'm going to come in and add some gray. And notice this little flicking motion that I'm doing. I've seen more accomplished Copic artists do that, and so I thought I would give it a try. But the thing with the flicking, where you take that darker color and sort of flick it to create that sort of shaded, blended area, I'm always afraid that I'm going to flick right off the card, right into the white space, and all hope will be lost. Now I could have left it as is, right? All just a little gray, but then I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the lighter gray and color in just the entire frame and then shade it out a little. And I think that was the right choice. I could have left it, but this is what happens with me in Copic sometimes. If I try to cash creative checks that my body isn't ready for, does that make sense? Then the hot mess ensues. So I was rolling the dice here, but in the end, I think it turned out just fine. Just fine. And there you go. Now, I cut apart all the pieces to die cut them because I sometimes don't want to ruin things by accidentally die cutting something horribly. And I decided to create a template out of some light gray cardstock to frame out the little sentiment that says "Let's connect," because I think those are a little trickier to die cut. So you frame it out, you tape your paper into place, and then you pop your die back into the opening and you can kind of feel it. It's like it locks in. And then when you tape that down, hopefully the idea being you're going to get a great cut and it will be perfectly framed. I do this a lot to save time. Everything's lined up and in place. Gonna run that through my die cut machine. Hold my breath to see if it worked. The computer looks great. The little hearts look great. And the "Let's connect," you know what? That looks great too. All right, moving on. Now here's where I couldn't decide, gray card base or white. I thought gray would be cute except for the fact that the toner gray is a cooler gray, and this cardstock that I was thinking of using, it's a little too warm. So it felt a little clashy. So I just went with the old standard, a white card base, but after the score, I decided I was going to stamp the sentiment on the inside first. I've had a lot of people say, "Cathy, do you never stamp on the inside of cards?" And I do, I just rarely show it. Now here's a cool thing about the Misty tool. Even if you have a small one, you get your sentiment lined up where you want it to be, right? And here I've got the "I'd never mute your audio." You can hang the cardstock outside of the tool. It is not going to harm your card or bend the cardstock at all. So you can ink up your stamp, press it down, get a great, nice, even impression, and voila, your card inside is done, and it looks great. I just thought I'd show that. Now I will go ahead and fold on the score line, press that down, and I'm going to tape the card base closed too because I really do like my cards to be flat while I am adhering my elements. I've got foam squares on the back of the little computer with the critters, and I'm adding a little liquid adhesive to the foam squares. The reason I do this is just for a little more wiggle room before I have to completely commit. It kind of creates this floating hydroplane effect. But once I know it's perfectly straight on the card base, I can press that down. And I'm popping up the "Let's Connect" title right there onto the screen. And I thought it looked cute to have the little heart sort of right there where the E and C come together and the L splits the line on the computer. Just sort of nestles in there nicely. Then I added the bigger heart at the bottom, and our third heart is going to just glue right in there, and there's already the one heart on the screen, so we get this nice little visual triangle of red and hearts. And that is the finished card project. It took forever, and this is where it started. Okay, those were the colors I started with, and I was going for this like cute little rainbow order. That didn't look so good. So then I started doing these things off to the side. I don't know why I was writing hello and okay, but I wanted you to see these because it takes me a while to land on what works. This is not something that I could film live, probably and have any success. But now you know, a little practice can go a long ways. I hope this inspires you to take some of the stress out of coloring. It's certainly making me rethink my stressed out approach to coloring. So be sure to check out the downloads below the video, and I will see you back here very soon, maybe with more coloring, maybe. Now we're pushing it a little. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.